Good morning, it's Barbara. It is stunningly beautiful, and I am going outside. So are you. Right, Maisie? We're going outside. Right, Pearl? We're going outside to a beautiful day. We got clothes in the washer, so our clothesline will be used for the first time this season. Our grass is getting taller, but it has no sticks now, so Dennis can mow whenever he feels like it. The apple trees in the front are getting blossoms, but I'm not seeing much in the ones in the back. Good morning, it's Barbara. It is a gorgeous day in Southeast Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining me for coffee. That's my second cup, I will confess. I feel a little far away, but I think it'll be fine. We've got a few white puffy clouds. It's so funny because yesterday we were out on this deck and it was so clear, there was hardly you couldn't even see a puff of cloud. And I was watching TV at 9, 10 o'clock, and Dennis comes in and says, "It's pouring rain out there." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, it's raining." I'm like, "Okay." And when I got up in the middle of the night, I could hear it raining, and here we are this morning, stunningly gorgeous. So I guess we live in paradise, where it only rains while you're home at night. I'm sure other people were not home at night, but I am definitely home at night. I got a bug, you'll see it, I'm sure. Really gorgeous. So I will be all day on the deck. I will figure out things I can do on the deck. I'm happy to take a little bit of a day off today. Not that I don't usually take a day off, because my day, my life is full of days off. But we did our taxes yesterday without divorcing, so that was good. We only got the tiniest bit grumpy. We did great. And the thing that's so crazy is we always get money back. We always pay too much in taxes so that we get money back. So it's not about having to write a check. It's only about having to do the paperwork. It's crazy. But that is how we are, and we've been married we'll be married 32 years on the 4th of July. We're not going to change now. What are you going to do? We're not going to change now. Okay, what do you think of my hair? My hair looks pretty good this morning, right? That's what I thought. I'm assuming you're agreeing with me. But, I took my shower, did my hair. I thought, oh, this looks good. And then remembered that I have a hair appointment tomorrow for a haircut. I just called and canceled it and postponed it a couple of weeks. I think if my hair's looking good in the morning, and that happens a lot, it's like... Anyway, I postponed my appointment for a couple of weeks. I decided that if I'm happy with how my hair is looking, then there's no reason to go get it cut. So I'm going to get it cut on May 2nd. Write that down. It's a Thursday. So I am not going tomorrow to get my hair cut. I decided this morning. So I'm wearing my Garden Gate by Jennifer Steinglass that was knit for me by the lovely Megan. And I want to wish Megan's family congratulations and have a wonderful day, because her oldest daughter, Cody, is getting married today. Now, she's getting married today in New Zealand, which is Tuesday. It's Monday here in Pennsylvania, but it's Tuesday in New Zealand, and Tuesday is the day that Cody's getting married. And I have never heard of anybody getting married on a Tuesday before. And apparently it's not that usual in New Zealand either, but it was a special anniversary for the couple. So Megan's been working really hard making a gorgeous garden in her daughter's yard, because they're getting married at their house in their garden. And Megan has worked really hard to get the flowers right and everything for her as her special gift to Cody. So I'm wishing the couple the most happiest life together, and I hope it all goes wonderfully for Megan. And that reminds me, Megan is the moderator of the Flame and Fiber Zoomies Facebook group, and she's from New Zealand, so she spelled fiber wrong. She spelled it New Zealandy, F-I-B-R-E. So Flame and F-I-B-R-E Zoomies. And I will put a link to that down below today. I don't usually do that because lazy, but I will today. So if you're interested in being part of a Facebook group with people who watch this vlog, and you know, people who come to the Zoom, just join. You just have to ask to join, and she'll let you join. And I'm sure we Zoomers are going to be able to see pictures from the wedding, which is why I thought of bringing it up. And I also, since I'm remembering, this coming Saturday is our April Zoom day. So it's at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. There's a thread on Ravelry, Saturday Zoom. It's a sticky thread at the top, and it has a link to the Zoom and everything. Valerie is our wonderful hostess with the mostess on Zoom, and she has posted the link. If you've been to the Zoom before, it's the same every month, and we have such a good time. And I'm sitting here thinking, what the heck am I going to be doing? I guess I'll be working on my blanket because I finished my Korean, which you can see I'm not wearing. I'm not sure I'll be able to keep the sweater on all day because it's warm here. It is warm here, but it's getting cooler. I'm not ready to block the Korean and take it out of rotation yet, because it's supposed to get cooler in the next couple days. Although now that I say that, I'm sure I have time if I got to it today. And maybe I will. We're going to be, did I tell you we're going to be hanging clothes on the line? They're in the washer now, so when they're done, we will be, I did tell you that. Anyway, so come and Zoom with us on Saturday. We have such a good time. It's such a lovely group of people, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I remembered to remind you, because I keep forgetting to remind you. And so April 20th is our Zoom day this month. And we pick the next Zoom day while we are on our Zoom call, you know, because then if people, you know, a lot of people have plans one Saturday, we won't pick that day. And of course I need to confer with Valerie because she's the hostess with the mostess. So I don't know when our May one is what I'm saying, but I do know April 20th. So I hope to see you there on Saturday. But meanwhile, taxes are done. We're going to do laundry today, so I feel like I'm doing something. And now that I think about it, I have enough time to block my Korean today. And it'll be ready to go when it gets cool. Except that I like to spin my hand knits to get all the water out, and our washer is very busy because we're going to have 2 loads at least today. But I could do it later in the day. I would still have time. I have a ceiling fan in my craft room, and that's where I lay things on the floor, and having a ceiling fan in there going the whole time really does make them dry pretty fast, especially if you've spun them in the washer. So maybe I'm going to give myself a deadline of Saturday to figure out what I'm going to make next. Leslie had such a good idea. Leslie from the Not Quite Enough Yarn podcast and weekly vlog. She suggested I do the Montrealer. I think it's called the Montrealer. It's the sweatshirt style sweater that I made for my granddaughter Isabel. I made her a Harry Potter sweater, and it was a nice knit. It was, you know, it's all stockinette. It's easy. I did it before when I was low mojo, and it has a kangaroo pocket in the front, which I really like when I have a pocket, you know, someplace to put my phone. And it has a hood which I really like too. So I think that was a good idea. I might take a look and see what I have yarn wise. That is a worsted weight sweater. If it's going to have a hood and everything, it's got to be a comfy, not sticky at all yarn. Because I've gotten very tender lately, which is very disappointing. I have some lovely sweaters that I've been wearing for years and making for years that I've been very happy with. And this past winter, I have hardly worn any of them because I suddenly, even the slightest prick factor, I mean tiny, has bugged me this winter, and that makes me really sad. I'm gonna have to get a bunch of like very thin long sleeve t-shirts, that, you know, crew neck t-shirts that I can wear under them. Anyway, it makes me really sad, but I'm gonna have to, this is gonna have to be a really soft yarn. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking, you know, I made Isabel's out of Knit Picks Brava, which is an acrylic yarn. It was lovely to knit with. It was comfy, and I'm wondering if maybe I should just make it out of Knit Picks Brava, and then I can just throw it in the washer. And then if it was Knit Picks Brava, I would wear it like a sweatshirt over a shirt or any time, you know, because I could just throw it in the wash without thinking twice. All that yarn I have in my room, I don't have enough Knit Picks Brava to make worsted weight to make a sweater for myself. Am I really gonna buy yarn? I don't know. Anyway, I have until Saturday to figure it out because we craft while we talk, and I could bring my blanket up and I could work on my blanket. So it's not a hard and fast deadline. I could work on my blanket, especially if I decide to make that Montrealer out of Brava. I won't, you know, I won't even have it by the time I figure out what color I want. There was a time when I had my next project like set, and I'm a pretty monogamous knitter. I mean, I have lots of WIPs, but it's because I stopped working on them and picked up something else. The only thing that I've ever really done in between was occasionally I do socks in between. But even with my socks, I was a bit of a monogamous knitter. So I'm a bit of a monogamous knitter, but I usually have my, you know, things lined up. So we shall see. We shall see. But either way, I can work on my blanket. Oh, I was going to show my blanket today. I'm not. It's too hot outside. When it's cooler, and I didn't work on it yesterday. I didn't do any crafting. We did our taxes, and I binge watched. I found this new show I wasn't familiar with, Manifest. It's on showing on Netflix, but it was obviously a regular broadcast TV show because it has the commercial breaks, and I'm enjoying it. I'm doing a little bit of binge watching on that, and it's a couple seasons, so it's a little bit sci-fi, it's you know, it's the beginning. It starts out with a family who are coming home from Jamaica, and they get an offer for, if you give up your seat for $400, you can get on the next flight, and half the family takes the offer to get the money. And on their next flight, they have this big ruckus in the cabin and everything. And when they land, it turns out that their plane has been missing for 5 years. So they come to they got on the plane in 2013, and they get off the plane in 2018, and their fiance got married, and wife has a boyfriend, and excuse me while I have an itch. But they also have this mental thing going on where they're hearing sort of in voices, like instructions. They call it the calling, where if they pay attention, they do good, for the most part, good things. So anyway, and of course the NSA is after them, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I hope I haven't ruined it for anybody who was interested. And yeah, I got some waspy things around the house, which is making me nervous. We have had wasps build nests in our house in the past years, so you got to be very, very careful. So now I gotta go look around the whole house, see what's going on. All right. Meanwhile, so I didn't do any crafting yesterday. I watched TV. I did my taxes. Kim came over for a little while. We were on the deck. It was lovely. Went to the drugstore. All those sort of homey things. And today I don't have any big plans, except I'm going to get out of the sun because I'm getting warm. And I'm going to walk around and see if I can figure out what these bees are up to. And I'll soon be hanging clothes. So that's it. That's my plan. That's my plan. And I will definitely not be working on my blanket out here. I can tell you that, because I'm already warm. Oh, but it's so gorgeous. And our trees are getting the leaves, and the apple trees in the front are soon going to be in full blossom. I will show you those when they're gorgeous. And I'm just going to take it easy today like I normally do. Who's kidding who? But I decided that my hair looked good today, and there's no reason to get a haircut tomorrow. That's what I say. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Put the Zoom call on your calendar for Saturday. And stay safe and stay sane.